Do you often find yourself taking things personally? If so, you're not alone. Many of us allow others' words and actions to dictate our emotions, often leading to stress, anxiety, and even relationship problems. This is a common human tendency, grounded in various factors like our personal history, insecurities, or a heightened sense of empathy. But what if there was a way to overcome this? A way to live life less burdened by others' opinions? Let's delve into the strategies to mitigate this issue. Understanding the root cause. A first step towards not taking things personally is understanding the root cause. Our reactions to the words and actions of others are often more about us than them. Think about it. Why does one remark leave you unfazed, while another, seemingly similar, strikes a nerve? It's because of our individual past experiences, insecurities, and fears. You see, we all carry with us a unique blend of past experiences. These experiences, whether they were moments of joy, pain, or somewhere in between, have shaped how we perceive and react to the world around us. If we've experienced rejection or criticism in the past, for instance, we may be more likely to interpret others' actions through that lens, even when it's not warranted. Then, there are our insecurities, those nagging doubts we harbor about ourselves. Insecurities can make us hyper-aware and oversensitive to any perceived slights or criticisms, causing us to take things personally when they're not meant that way. And finally, let's talk about fears. Fears, especially those of rejection or inadequacy, can make us interpret neutral or even positive interactions negatively. If we're afraid of being rejected, we might misinterpret a friend's busy schedule as them not wanting to spend time with us. But here's the good news. Self-awareness is a powerful tool in understanding and overcoming these triggers. By recognizing how our past experiences, insecurities, and fears influence our reactions, we can start to challenge these perceptions. We can ask ourselves, is this really about me, or is it about my past? Am I interpreting this situation based on my insecurities or fears? This might not be an easy process, but it's a crucial one, because once you identify these triggers, you can start to change your reactions. You can choose to respond rather than react, to understand rather than assume, and ultimately, you can learn to not take things personally, leading to a more peaceful and fulfilling life. By identifying these triggers, you can start to change your reactions. Different perspectives. Remember, everyone has a different perspective. It's a simple truth, yet one that we often overlook. Each of us has our unique lens through which we view the world, shaped by a myriad of experiences, beliefs, and biases. Recognizing this diversity in perception can be a powerful tool in preventing us from taking things personally. You see, when someone criticizes us or reacts negatively towards us, it's often more about them than it is about us. It's a reflection of their perspective, their biases, their past experiences, and their insecurities. This is a concept psychologists refer to as projection. Projection is when individuals attribute their thoughts, feelings, or motives onto someone else. It's like casting a shadow of their own psyche onto others. For instance, if someone constantly accuses others of being dishonest, it may be because they themselves struggle with honesty. Now, when we understand this concept of projection, we can start to see that the negative things people say or do towards us are often not about us at all. They are projections of their own insecurities, fears, and internal conflicts. Consider this scenario. You share an idea in a meeting, and a colleague immediately dismisses it. It's easy to take this personally and feel like your colleague thinks you're not smart or competent. But if you step back and consider their perspective, you might realize that they're under a lot of stress, or they feel threatened by others' ideas because they're insecure about their own contributions. So, the next time someone reacts negatively towards you, take a moment, step back from the situation and consider their perspective. Ask yourself, is this really about me? Or is this person projecting their own insecurities or biases onto me? This shift in perception can be incredibly liberating. It allows us to detach ourselves from the negativity of others and not let their judgments define us. Understanding this can help you separate yourself from others' judgments. It can free you from the weight of taking things personally, allowing you to navigate through life with a lighter heart and a more resilient mind. Practice mindfulness. Practicing mindfulness can also help. In the hustle and bustle of our daily lives, it's easy for our minds to get caught up in a whirlwind of thoughts and emotions. This often leads to us taking things personally. reacting to situations and comments in a way that may not serve us well. This is where mindfulness can play a crucial role. But what exactly is mindfulness? In essence, mindfulness is the ability to be fully present and engaged in the moment, aware of our thoughts and feelings without distraction or judgment. It's like taking a step back and observing your mind, rather than being swept up in its torrent. Now, how can mindfulness assist in not taking things personally? Practicing mindfulness can help us manage our emotional reactions in a more effective way. Instead of impulsively reacting to a negative comment or situation, mindfulness encourages us to pause, observe our thoughts and feelings, and then respond in a more measured and thoughtful manner. Imagine you're in a situation where someone says something that could potentially upset you. Instead of immediately reacting, you take a moment to breathe and observe your feelings. You recognize that you're feeling hurt or angry, but instead of lashing out, you choose to respond calmly and constructively. This might sound challenging, but there are simple mindfulness techniques that can help. Deep breathing, for instance, can be a powerful tool. When you find yourself in a stressful situation, take a moment to focus on your breath. Breathe in deeply, hold it for a few seconds, then exhale slowly. This simple act can help to calm your mind and body, giving you the space to respond rather than react. Grounding exercises are another effective mindfulness technique. These involve focusing your attention on the physical sensations around you, the feeling of your feet on the ground, the sensation of your clothes against your skin. These exercises can help to anchor you in the present moment, away from the whirlwind of thoughts and emotions. In essence, mindfulness is about creating space. Space between you and your thoughts. Space between you and your reactions. It's about observing rather than getting caught up in the storm. Mindfulness brings you back to the present and away from personalizing situations. Building self-esteem is another powerful tool. Let's take a moment to dissect this. The concept of self-esteem is rooted deeply in how we perceive and value ourselves. It's about the respect we have for our own abilities and worth. When we have a healthy dose of self-esteem, we're less likely to take things personally because we understand our intrinsic value is not determined by external factors or opinions. So how can we build our self-esteem? Firstly, we must engage in positive self-talk. We are often our own harshest critics, but it's essential to remember that our thoughts shape our reality. Negative self-talk can perpetuate feelings of inadequacy, while positive self-talk can boost our confidence. Instead of focusing on our flaws or mistakes, we should emphasize our strengths and accomplishments. Secondly, we need to set boundaries. This involves understanding our limits and asserting them in a respectful manner. By doing so, we not only protect our mental and emotional well-being but also communicate our worth to others. We teach others how to treat us by the way we treat ourselves. Finally, let's celebrate small victories. Our self-esteem is not built overnight. It's a gradual process that involves acknowledging every step of progress we make. Did you resist the urge to engage in negative self-talk today? That's a victory. Did you assert your boundaries and say no when you needed to? That's another win. Applauding these small victories can have a tremendous impact on our self-esteem over time. As we engage in positive self-talk, set boundaries, and celebrate small victories, we create a strong foundation of self-esteem. This foundation helps us to navigate life's challenges with resilience and grace. It enables us to maintain our self-worth, irrespective of the opinions, criticisms, or judgments of others. Remember, your worth is not determined by external validation but by your own internal compass. And with this compass, you can chart your own course, unperturbed by the turbulent winds of external opinions. With strong self-esteem, you'll be less affected by others' opinions. Summary and conclusion. Let's recap what we've learned. We started by understanding the root cause. We realized that often when people say or do something that seems directed at us, it's more about them than us. Their actions and words are influenced by their experiences, emotions, and perceptions. Our role in their behavior might be minimal or even non-existent. Then, we explored different perspectives. We discovered the importance of seeing things from other points of view. This not only helps us to not take things personally, but it also allows us to empathize with others and better understand their actions. Remember, everyone is the hero of their own story, and their actions are influenced by their unique narrative. Next, we delved into the practice of mindfulness. By being present and focused, we can better understand our reactions and emotions. Mindfulness allows us to take a step back, observe without judgment, and respond rather than react. Finally, we discussed building self-esteem. A strong sense of self-worth means that we don't need validation from others. We recognize our value and don't allow others' words or actions to shake our confidence. In conclusion, not taking things personally is about understanding others and ourselves better. It's about empathy, mindfulness, and self-worth. Remember, not taking things personally is a skill that takes time to develop. But with these strategies, you're well on your way. I hope this video was useful to you. Like, subscribe to the channel, and see you soon, friends.